Okay guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be testing the test rides. We're going to start the supercars. There's only one here, which is the Corvette Turismo R, which this week is the prize ride this week. Let's drive this thing out. I'll be honest, the car could be better in turning. It brakes well, it has a great top speed, and I like the looks of it. But the only reason I'd say buy it is because of its looks, because I like old cars, okay? I like old cars, I can't get enough of them. Anyway, let's move on to the next one, which we're going to move on to the muscle cars. And there's heaps of them. Alright, so we've got the Strazer Deviant. I hope I pronounced it right, but let's just test drive this thing out. First, I gotta test this with another thing. Nah, it doesn't have a retractable roof. Anyway, let's move on to the test drive. Okay, so I really don't mind the way this thing turns, but I don't like the way this thing brakes. And I don't like the looks of the muscle car either, so I say no. You guys, we all know how I feel about muscle cars. So let's just move on straight to the next muscle car, which we're going to move on to the Peyote Gasser. Okay, I've got the Peyote Gasser. Let's take this thing for a test drive. You don't have to be a fool to not know this is the Peyote Gasser. This car is pretty obvious that once you look at it, you can't unsee. Do I like it? No, I'll be honest, nothing about this car I like. So let's just move straight on to the next one. No, I would not recommend it. Okay, I'm already gonna say no because I don't like muscle cars. So let's just move on to this test drive. This is the D-Class Tulip M100. Let's take the thing for a spin. Okay, so I'll be honest, the D-Class Tulip does take corners well. I do like the way it takes corners. The braking could be better though. But to be fair, all muscle cars are not really that great at brakes. Anyway, would I recommend this car? Still no. Nothing about the muscle cars really appeal to me, so I'm sorry, but every muscle car I'm going to say here, I'm probably going to say no. Maybe except for one. Based on looks alone, no. So let's move on to the next one, which is going to be the Vapid Blade. Okay, we've got the Vapid Blade. Let's test this thing out. Okay, if this car can't take corners like that, I'm just gonna skip straight to the next. We're on a different car now. I guess we better move on to this. This is the Virgo ZX. Honestly, out of all the cars we've test driven that's actually a muscle car, this is probably my favourite one so far. Let's test drive this thing out. Okay, I've made a decision. I think I'm gonna buy this car. For its looks alone. So, I didn't actually talk about this car. I do like the way it performs, the way it looks, the way it brakes, the way it turns. Everything about this car is just good. Let's move on to the next car. Which we're gonna move on to the Bravada Greenwood. I am not looking forward to test driving this car. This is the Bravada Greenwood, so let's just take this thing for a spin. Okay, so I'll be honest, it can take corners well, but I still just don't like the looks of it. So I'm gonna have to say no. No, I don't know. I would not recommend it. But does it brake well? Could be better. Looks, brakes, performance. I'll be honest, it's alright. It's alright. It's definitely not the best, but it's alright. Let's move on to the next one, which will be the Drift Yosemite, and this is the second to last muscle car. So we're gonna have to use my own Drift Yosemite for this, so let's test this thing out. Yeah, this is a Drift Yosemite. Okay guys, I really don't like this car, to be very honest. It can't perform well, but it probably could drift well. It's in the name, so it's not out of the question of drifting. Um, Looks, to be honest, when I got this car, I liked what I did to the car. Let's see, what else is it? There's the braking. It's not that great, to be honest. Nothing about this car to say is that good. Nothing at all. Let's just move straight on to the next one, which is going to be the Bravado Buffalo EVX. And this is one that we're going to have to use my own one, so let's just... Give me a sec, guys. I'll be right there. Okay, so this is the Bravado Buffalo EVX. This is a new car, a fairly new car added into the game. Let's give this thing a test drive. I know it's electric, so let's move on to the test drive. Okay, so with the Bravado Buffalo EVX, it can brake well. It can not really take corners too well. It has an amazing top speed. The car looks amazing. But would I recommend it? Probably for its looks alone, yes, I would probably recommend it for its looks alone. But performance-wise, it could be better, so maybe avoid this one. I know it's new, I know it's shiny, but think about how it looks and performs when you watch this video. Okay, this is the Caracal GTF. This is a tuner's car and the sports car. So let's move on to the test drive. Okay, so it turns well, it brakes well, it looks well. I think it is worth getting. So, yeah, I'd say get it. I think this car looks really good, and it also looks really good upgraded. Anyway, let's move on to the Pista Comet SR. This is the Pista Comet SR. Let's take this thing for a test drive. Okay, so I do like the way this thing brakes, handles, and performs. This thing does look good, and this thing can turn corners easily. I would absolutely recommend this car. I would. Sorry, guys. I would. But I have to say it. I would like this. I would recommend this car. But I am gonna say this now before I forget to mention. When I was test driving this car, I thought, "Wow, this thing is fast," and I still stand by that. But it's not gonna win you any races. So don't think it's gonna win you races if I say, "Oh, wow, this thing is so fast. You're gonna totally win races with it." Nah. You're not going to win races with this car, unfortunately. But let's move on to the last one, which is a really old car. Hey, this is the Avado Corvette. I hope you guys like this car, because it is a really old one, and it's probably only available for this week. So guys, this car you can find at Simeon's workplace, and I would probably recommend it already. It's a really classic and old car, and I would absolutely recommend it. I think I don't actually own this car, unfortunately. I had to say it. I don't think I own this car. But let's move on to the test drive. As a bonus, this is one of the cars I've always wanted to test drive. And I really like this car. It performs well. It looks well. It looks like it was made 10 years ago. Anyway, this car is great. I love this car. It's an old classic car, and I really still like it to this day. But yeah, I'd say buy it. It brakes well. It turns well. Everything about the car is just overall great. Even the sound of the car. Just listen to this. I don't know, it just sounds amazing too. Yeah, I'm gonna recommend this car, and I might even get it again. We'll see you guys in the next video, guys. Bye!